Right edition. Hey, welcome. The federal government of the United States of America. This is what they do. They've just started up a behavioral insights team that'll look for ways to influence people, in particular to influence their voting activity and their political activity. Here's what they do that, as well as gun control and a variety of other things, and Obamacare. That's some things that they do. Here's what they don't do. 98 million Americans recently were given polio vaccine that was contaminated with cancer-causing virus. Maybe they're supposed to look after stuff like that, and the labeling on fish and produce and things. You know what? 80% of salmon fishing last month was determined that the labeling was incorrect. It truly wasn't salmon. Do that. Look after the humanoids that elected you. Don't go out and try to tell us how to vote and how our mind should work in different things. Good grief. Colorado. To carry a concealed gun there is not a small thing anymore. Last month it was up 87%. Wow, that's a pretty sizable increase. People are frightened. They're concerned with what the governments are doing back to the feds and, of course, their state government, who I should say, terrible verbiage, blah, blah, are influenced by the feds, okay? And people are saying, hey, Second Amendment, we like that idea because we're good people. You want to take guns away from bad people? That's one thing, but leave us alone. The Agriculture Department now is sending millions and millions of dollars, goes on to say what the government shouldn't be doing to subsidize dead farmers, people who have died years ago. They continue to send the checks, and of course people in the family continue to cash the checks. I mean, kind of clean up your act before you go out and try to create all these brand new things. They're looking at $22 million last year that they've so far found that they shouldn't have sent out to people that people cashed. That's not very nice. That's a lot of cash. And if they found 22 million, that would indicate to me that there's probably 222 million they haven't come across yet. Our new website, www.rightedition.com, I want to tell you our page views are very high. We have an average visit duration of several minutes. We have a huge percentage of new visits, unique visitors, and the bounce rate is probably the best in the industry. All items are substantially better than they were in our other website with a different name. And thank all of you people. Our highest ratings come from the US and then Canada and then the UK, Japan, Brazil, Germany, and so on. In the States, I wanted to share with you this. I'm going to learn how to talk soon too. California, Washington, Louisiana, and then Texas, and then Ohio. That's the order of the largest number of people that watch our show every day. I wouldn't have thought that. California, I would have thought Texas with all the emails and interaction that we get in any event sharing with you. South Africa, there's a chef there that is too fat to come to New Zealand. You're here. We don't want you here. You ate too much. Go home, please. Immigration officials say that this man weighs 286 pounds. He doesn't have an acceptable standard of health, and we're going to expel you from our nation. Go away and have a good day. Can they do that? I guess it's their country. This immigration spokesman just goes on to say, he's at significant risk to us. He's got all kinds of complications. He could become a diabetic and so on. We don't want that to happen in our country. Go home, fat guy. Right-wing politicians in Norway are saying, hey guys, Hitler, his book and the Quran and that book, they're one and the same, and we're going to outlaw them both, and we're going to get rid of all Nazis and Muslims because we don't like them anymore. We'll see where that goes because they're not in power yet, but they're sure doing lots of chatting about it, lots of talking it up. Justin Trudeau in Canada. He's looking to manufacture votes, basically. So he has said, I'll legalize marijuana. You can all vote for me. That's pretty poor judgment, I think, to make drug legislation a priority. But the growers, users, and criminals, of course, they'll all join the Liberal Party just to vote for him. And I think he's got most of those people in his party already. But maybe there's some he's missed, and now they'll be coming over to him in Vancouver, Canada. They now have unveiled this new rainbow-colored crosswalk as Pride Week has begun, and they're going to leave it there year-round. And the gay community is trying to incorporate the rainbow as part of their theme. They've taken the word gay and it used to mean happy, and now it doesn't. And so much it means if you're gay, I guess you're a happy homosexual. But the rainbow, that's disturbing to a lot of straight people because the rainbow's kind of neat. Do you need to associate that with somebody's sexual activity? I don't know that that's a very nice thing. Here's a story from the Stupid Thief file. Dennis Newton, he was on trial in 1985. This goes way back for armed robbery in Oklahoma City. The district attorney asked one of the witnesses to identify the robber, and she pointed to him, to Newton, the defendant, he jumped on his feet, jumped to his feet, and he said, "I should have blown your blankety blank head off." And then after a moment of real stunned silence, he said, "If I was there." The judge sentenced him to 30 years of prison. Sentences can't talk. I better end today before my tongue gives out on me totally. Here, were you ready? Lighten up. It's coming at you. Hospitals in Chicago, and Quebec too for that matter, are overcrowded with politicians and mayors of cities. They have serious back pain. Doctors investigated and found that mattresses caused the problem. Uneven stacks of illegal cash. Hey, who would have known that? Y'all go back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.